All right, I will call the meeting to order. Looks like the first thing on the agenda, other than that, is the roll call.
Okay, French,
Here.
Martin,
Here.
McInerney,
Here.
Carr,
Here.
and Walker. Okay.
All right, thank you for that. And hopefully everybody got a chance to look through the minutes. Hopefully everybody remembers that meeting well, since it was recent and it was entertaining, I guess.
I move to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. And nobody opposed, so that motion carries. And then we move on to the meat of the thing, which is the discussion and possible recommendation to council regarding the adoption of the 2021 International Building and Fire Codes. So, there is a lot of substance to this. We all got the memorandum here about the major, or not major, but the notable changes that the city makes. Do we feel it's necessary to run through this and list out things, or can we just have a general discussion, and if anybody has anything that they read through and wants to talk about, we can do it that way?
I just didn't realize our current policy includes, in the section about occupancy crowd managers, we're HU occupancies, that's on like the third page.
Fire code? Is it the fire code?
Yeah, fire code.
Okay.
Yeah, the IFC. And it's the, kind of looks like this, has a little table at the bottom. And it's like the third page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ordinance number 15.
And, yeah, you got that? It's,
It's towards the back, 5 or 6
there it is,
pages.
right there, you got
Yeah.
it. So right here it says, on the middle area, it's 403.11.3. And it talks about crowd managers, and I just had basically kind of a point of, just a question, a point of information about, it says one trained crowd manager anytime reaches a 50 or more. And then it jumps to 2 after 250 are exceeded, which I was like, okay, but then I thought about it, it's like, well, I know it's because of 2 exits, you need, at 50 people, you need 2 exits, right? And then I thought, well, why isn't that like 100 instead? Because that's when you have a fire sprinkler system.
Yeah.
And then that would be more like in a league, because you're usually talking about a large number anyway. So it's like, but I thought, then I realized that actually in the code, it seems like we have code that for underground buildings at 50, you need to have emergency. And that's what so anyway, I guess that's how I'm reading it, right? I just wanted to know if how you guys thought about that. Okay. So then, I thought, well, I might suggest going up to 100, but like, well, if you have underground occupancy,
right.
you better, I understand totally now, so that's reasonable. Otherwise, I guess I would move to recommend to the council the recommendations from I would move to recommend to the council the changes and presented and to adopt them for the 2021 International Building Code and Fire Codes.
Okay. Can I get a second on that?
I'll keep discussing it.
I will second it, and then we can discuss,
Yeah.
right?
Any further discussion then?
Discuss, or, I kind of went through them. I don't know if anybody else had any comments.
It seemed like a lot of it was basically amending the code to keep it the way we have it now,
It is.
which is fine by me.
There really isn't, the major change, I think, between the 2018 and the 2021 building code is they're now allowing mass timber construction, which is a sustainability issue, toward your building up to 18 stories using all wood. That's one of the major changes, and I met with a few of you, and one of the reasons we're a little behind on this adoption is because the state legislation last year was looking at adopting a state code building code, which would take this out of our hands completely. So we let that go through, and then this year, there was talk that they'd be doing something again, but they never did. Now that state legislation is working its way through the system, and this isn't on the table, we felt we wanted to go forward with that code. And then moving to the more current code helps us with our ISO rating. You guys might be familiar with that, with like if you get your insurance, if you live so close to a fire station or fire hydrant, that's all based on ISO ratings. What is it called? Insurance Service Offices, I think. And I think, to my understanding, is that insurance companies have actuaries working. They come in through and rate our building code efficiency every 3 years. And if you're within the current cycle or one cycle behind, they don't ding you. So that's why it's important to keep up on them. So that's not a whole bunch of major changes in this cycle, but it also keeps us flowing with the current standards.
Very good.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything they want to say?
How many residential fires do we have every year that end up making it being a total loss? Is there an average that we have? Or?
Yeah, it's pretty small. So there is a lot of residential fires, but we show up there real fast, right? So,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
the number of fires is in the 30 to 40, but the complete loss is very low, under 10.
Oh, it's under 10. I thought maybe it was 2. But it's like, just curious. All right.
Yeah.
It's like you can really never really eliminate the possibility, but
No.
it's because humans have a tendency to come up creative ways to burn things like exposing lithium, right? That's on YouTube.
Would there be anything else while we're discussing this that you'd want to add? I think, because I know at least 3 of us have a decent background on the building side of this, and just from a fire standpoint.
Yeah, no, we've got some pretty good changes in there, and I believe Tim and I have talked quite a bit between meeting up the fire code and the building code, and I think we've got a pretty good handle on it. There really isn't anything that I would want that we haven't got in yet.
Okay.
I think there's also maybe another comment that I should make, is we've talked to neighboring jurisdictions, and I know the neighboring fire departments have all gotten together, and we've all talked about this. We all, I think us and Johnson County are probably the closest. I really don't know what Coralville and North Liberty are going to do, but as soon as we get ours approved, I will send them a copy. So, and I know they're going through the adoption process also. So, but we are all very consistent with our amendments, and well, some don't amend them at all, but as far as enforcement, I think we try to maintain some consistency.
In the 4 jurisdictions, Coralville, Tiffin, North Liberty, on just the fire side, we have tried to be almost lockstep. So you shouldn't meet different rules here that you have there.
And this is ordinance number 22 dash. We don't know yet.
It'll be assigned an ordinance number when it goes through the council process.
So we refer to it as ordinance number 22 dash.
Nothing yet. It just the recommendation to council to move forward with the adoption of the 2021 codes as amended.
As amended, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we're
And we're-
motioning, that's what we were
Yeah.
discussing about,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, very good.
Okay.
Anything else? All right, then all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? I think that was all ayes. So that motion carries as well.
Okay, you think it's a move to adjourn?
Yeah, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Very good.
Sure, you want in the minutes?
Oh,
You get a second? All right, awesome.
I don't really, oh, I'm sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
No, thank you.